In this video, I'm going to be taking Copper Pitch's 1.5 ETH $4,900 deck and pitting it up against a 0.03 ETH Frenzy Aggro War deck. And I'm going to be bringing them both to Mythic this weekend ranked, playing 5 games with each and seeing how they compare against each other. I'm not going to go through both decks in detail in this video because you can watch about them both more in detail elsewhere. If you want to see more on the Frenzy Aggro War deck, my last video talks about that in detail. And I'll just say that for this video, I did change out. I added one Warmonger Smith to this deck and that's the only difference it has from last video. So with that being said, let's go start our 5 games with each, and then we'll see how they compare. I'll check back in with you over the course of the weekend and give you updates on how many wins and how many losses each of them have. Might as well get an early start with the Pyramid Warden. Don't really need this. Vanguard could come in handy because we have the Pyramid Warden. We'll see. Honestly, like at this point, we know he's just a Frenzy War, but we don't know how fast his deck is or what he's playing, because we also have the Slayer, but our deck can go a lot longer than a lot of war decks. Okay, so what we're gonna do is get out the Viking next turn, Pyramid Warden. You want to save your Mana Crystal for later in the game so you can get off your big cards quicker. Okay. Alright, so now we're dropping the Pyramid Warden. Although the Tavern Brawler actually gives us really good value here. So now we got 2/2s on the board. Next turn. Yeah, so now... Okay, I mean, the Pyramid Warden isn't going to give him much value at this rate because he only has... both of those cards are both just 1-drops. Okay, so now we have options here. I mean, I think it's best to just play the Pyramid Warden. You can only play this till a certain time before, basically later in the game, this thing becomes a lot worse for you, just because then he can potentially get back some nice creatures. But at this point, there's still not much in there that's really that valuable. Wow, that Warmonger was really great. Okay. So he's got a good board, but he only has 1 card in hand. So if we can clear this, then we're looking really good. So what I'm thinking is Viking Longship. We have a Vanguard, so I mean we're gonna clear this for sure with that. He's gonna take this out with one of his Skeleton Heavy or his Warmonger. Which means we're going to go face here because he's probably going to try to clear this with his other Skeleton Heavy. And then, okay, so we're fighting a war, and we're also a war, so we're going to take the Bronze Servant, of course. And there's no point in doing anything else this turn. We could just wait for the Axewoman. He's probably going to take out one of our Axewomen. So then that's why we saved this one. Also why we went face there instead of trying to just take out one of his creatures, because we get an extra 2 damage to face. We already know he's going to clear it. So there's no point in waiting there. So basically we have a pretty easy turn now. We can Vanguard the Valkus Captain. We can Rage Fill the Skeleton Heavy. And then that also sets up our Rage Fill to take out the Warmonger next turn. And now we're looking really good. So he still has nothing really good in the sitting in his Void. So technically the Pyramid Warden is still viable here. But let's just start with the Rage-Filled Hammer. He's really running out of steam here. And it's the perfect curve, so we got the Pyramid Warden down. Now there's really not much he can do. So let's think what he could do. So he has a Barbed Hook. Potentially he could clear the board here and then get 1 minion back with the Pyramid Warden. That works. Guild Enforcer. So we're hoping for a nice 6-drop here. What are we looking for? Potentially even a Carnage. But the Soul Survivor would be absolutely beautiful right now. Okay, that works. So yeah, we're gonna want the Bronze Servant actually. Ping, and we can just pop that. He can't take out the Pyramid Warden next turn, so we're not going to attack with it. I don't want to have to deal with another creature on board. Although it would be nice to clear the Pyramid Warden before his Guild Enforcer is off the board, just because then there's no chance of getting it back on the board. I mean, he's going to have to clear everything to get rid of this Pyramid Warden. Okay, so after this next turn, then we can ping into the Demogorgon. So we're getting close to finishing off here. We also have some nice sustain. Okay, so let's get the Pillager out here. And let's just think about what we're going to do. So for sure we're going to ping. Is it worth clearing the Guild Enforcer? I just don't know. I mean, if he has Soul Survivor, then we could be gonzo. So I think we got to clear it. Soul Survivor would be absolutely brutal right now. So we're going to have to clear this. I mean, it's only a 1 in 8 chance of getting it back on the board. And now if he does have Soul Survivor, then we can actually make it out of here alive because we have the Demogorgon next turn. Perfect. I think he got that twice now with both of our Pyramid Wardens. It's pretty bad luck. Well, he had mostly two twos in there. Okay. Little sustain. He should just be going face here. Well, he probably doesn't want the Soul Survivor either, actually. Just want to clear the board. Not a bad play. But, okay, that's the last of his guys. That was a really bad play on his part. So we're going to just ping into the Demogorgon here. And now we're going to start healing ourselves back up. This sustain he really just can't deal with right now with what he's got in his hand. I mean, he could pop a Soul Survivor, but he's not going to be able to hit face with it this turn. Okay. So that was game 1 with the Coppers deck. We started in the 1400s in Mythic here. So now I'm going to go play the budget deck. I'm going to probably play a couple of games and then come back to you with the current status. Okay, we're going into game 3 with the budget deck. We were 3-0 with the expensive one. And currently with the budget one, we are 1 win, 1 loss. So hopefully we get a win here, but we're actually up in MMR if you refresh it. So that's 1466 MMR right now. So it is getting a little bit harder the little bit you climb in the weekend. Okay, we're going up against the Nature. The game we won was against the War deck. We just were a little bit quicker than them. Let's see what we're going to do here. So I added an extra Warmonger Smith just so it's easier to grab on the mulligan stage. Let's go surfing for the... Which one do we want to keep here? We're against the Nature, so we're probably going to... This can help against things like the Jaguar, whereas the Pillager can help because the Nature decks can be quite fast. We'll keep the Pillager to toss up there. Okay, all right, we got a weapon at least. We really want to get the Enduring Shield though during the mulligan stage. That's our big boy here. Okay, got nothing on turn 1, but luckily they don't either. So next turn we can possibly get the deal. Okay, that's something that is going to be a little bit tough for us to deal with our current hand here. So I think we're going to just have to ping into the Blade. And then try to clear it with our Warmonger Smith next turn. Another option with the Blade, we can hit face. Okay, well, Might want to actually get off this Archangel Bruiser here. Okay, so let's do it. So Warmonger first. Or do we? Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not looking good. I mean, next turn we can get the Archangel out. Canopy Barrage, okay. Pretty expected. Alright, so they got 2 fruits. How do we deal with that? We probably want this Pillager out here soon. So we can clear that with our okay, Soul Survivor might save our butts here. So we're probably going to keep the Noctvi Warrior for the Soul Survivor so we can ping it out on turn 6. So the 2 options would be, 1, to clear the Finian with the Blade and then just drop out the Pillager. The other option would be to go face here, to throw out the Archangel, and then try to clear out as much of this as we can, but I think that's actually not going to... I think this is going to be best to do this. We got to go over here. So we really want something on the board here to get the Soul Survivor. We just got to make it till turn 6. So 1, 2... So 3 turns we can... Wow. He had another Canopy Barrage. I think this is lights out. What can we do? I mean, we can Noctvi another round. I mean, he only has 2 cards in hand. So if we can manage to just last until the Soul Survivor, that's all we got to do. Okay, the Blade Caster. Let's see. Would this be good? Could Blade Caster another round? That could work. Because if we start buffing up this Archangel Bruiser, we're so close here. So let's do Blade Caster, ping, another round. Try to buff up that Archangel so we can drop it next turn. And then the turn after that, we will be able to Soul Survivor with the Chromatic Crystal, Noctvi Warrior, clear the board. I just hope that we can last that long. We're down to half health. We didn't get any leech with the... okay. Technically, if this stays on the board, we can Soul Survivor next turn. But I think he might be greedy and try going face. Yep. Yep. Oh, this was a misplay. I mean, could he have cleared it? He could have cleared it with everything and the Selenas. This was just too greedy, and it's gonna suffer here for it. Should have been thinking about that. Or does he have... No, I mean, he doesn't have any mana for that run. Just too greedy. Oh. Yeah, this is why you should be aware of what your opponent... Just think about what your opponent has in their deck, because then things like this happen. That's pretty rough. That is pretty rough. And we go face here. Now the question is, so we're also buffing this health up every turn as well. So now the question is, do we want to steal away the Wickham Trapper? He might have something. He might have a that thing that grabs the Jaguars. Another thing he could have is yeah, there's a couple weapons actually that nature decks run, so it's not bad to have the Wiccan Trapper, plus we do have a weapon. Alright, so he had to use his Hunt now. That's pretty rough. He also gives us control of the board, so now we have our Enduring Shield. Would love to get some health on, though. Okay, so let's drop that. Wow. We have a 10-4 Longship. What are we going to do? Let's just get some creatures on the board. Don't want to drop our Longship now in case he has a Canopy Barrage. It's just such good value. We want to get that 10-4 off to face here. We got an Archangel Bruiser. It wasn't buffed. That's not ideal. Okay, so we're looking for... It's not really anything great in the Sanctum, but the only thing I would say is we don't want him to have the field tracker. We don't have a great way of dealing with that. Okay, so he wants to get back in the game in terms of cards here. We need to finish this off fast because we only have 2 cards in hand. He did use the Hunt. He might have another. Oh, wow. Okay, that sucks. But we don't really need it. Hopefully we can get through here. Okay, so this guy will be frenzied. Overkill on this guy. Too bad we don't have overkill on that long ship. So let's go face here. We'll go face. Face. Clear this. And then we'll actually get 1 more damage off to face here. And it'll stay on the board. Really want to get that long ship, but we're saving that for maybe a Panglion. Maybe he's got some... what else would we use this on? Maybe a Guild Enforcer. Having that 4 mana there is not the best. Or 4 health, because it's just great value for his Canopy Barrage. Okay, let's keep this one, come on. Oh, that's the one he got. It's alright, 3 damage to face if we can get that off next turn. We're getting it dangerously close. If he uses his... Okay. I mean, he's still taking 3 damage to face here. If he hits it. Might not be the best move. Okay. Smack face. Throw down the Archangel Bruiser. Hoping for him to use his last Canopy Barrage maybe, and then we can get the Viking Longship down. He might have some more removal though, so we've got to be careful. Used 1 the Hunt. Used, I think, only 1 Canopy Barrage. Unless I'm just miscounting here. Oof. Oof, that's not nice. We're going to have to use our Viking on that? We might have to use our Viking on that. Yeah, that's something I should have thought about maybe. That is a bit of a misplay. Well, this doesn't really help either. I mean, we have to clear it. There's no options there. Wait, what? Why was it saying 10-4? Got a ping. Do we throw this down? He's just going to Selena's Market. I mean, there's whatever. Give him a chance to misplay. And then at least it'll drop him down to 2 mana. I don't know. I don't know here. Can we survive this? What can save it? Do we have another God Blitz? We have another God Blitz relic here. If we can... Oh, just gonna laugh at us in the face here. Oh, we only had 1 card that could have won the game there. But it was close, so... we'll just let him have this one. I guess we can't do anything. So, damn, what an end. If we would have just had the Athenian, just had like a bit more favor here. Wow. It was close though. It was close. Possibly could have won if we dropped the if we had dropped the Viking Longship. I don't know. Okay, so that was game 3 with the budget deck. We are 1 win, 2 losses. Not the best so far, so we got to pick it up hopefully. Okay, here we are, game 5 with the expensive deck. And we are 4-0 right now, so this is going to decide whether or not we are undefeated for this matchup. Alright, so we're going against the War. We don't know exactly which one he's playing right now. Usually with a War against this deck, you're going to want to be going over them. So this is looking good. Maybe we'll just replace the Ragefield Hammer. So we're going to probably try to slow this game down. Unless he has the same deck as us, then we'll still probably want to go slow, actually. So either way, against War, you're probably going to want to play a slower game with this deck. No point in rushing it. Just go for the good cards with good value. The beauty of this deck, I guess, is that you can go relatively quick, but you can also choose to slow it down and then like last till late game. So it has a really good range in time. Okay, so that's good. So he's basically going for like the deck, the Enduring Shield deck. All right, so what are we going to play this turn? We can either save our Mana Crystal so that we can start getting into things like Soul Survivor later on. Probably going to do that. The other option is we'll just start dropping creatures on the board here. Let's drop in an Odie. We can also drop a Pyramid Warden, stop him from getting through. But the problem there is then he's going to get another Odie. Because that's going to be... Unless it dies first, actually. So we're just going to start smack in the face here. We do have a Carnage Sweep, and we do have a Mana Crystal. So if we can pick up a Relic here, then we should be pretty good off. So that means that if the Pyramid Warden does pull something back on the board, it's not such a big deal. So we're probably actually going to, since he has nothing in his Void here, we can actually use the Pyramid Warden as a sacrifice, and then he actually never gets the Afterlife effect from it. So here, for example, we can pop the Protected. You know, he's going to get nothing. And then we can just finish it off with the Tavern Brawler. And we got another Pyramid Warden. I don't think we're really even going to need that. So again, we're just slowing the game down. Now we got this guy. We're going to start just controlling the board here. We have a lot of big cards in our hand. I don't know if that was the best play for him. I think I might have actually just saved, waited one turn. Oh, I guess he has another one, so it's not so bad. Okay, we have 2 Carnage Sweeps. Let me just think. So he has another Enduring Shield. That isn't the best. But we actually have a Pyramid Warden we can play. And we can actually play both of these on turn 1. And we might as well pop that. Start getting rid of his shields. So what could he play? He could play his own Carnage Sweep here. That might be nice. That works. It also gets him his Odie back. But we do have a Soul Survivor, which is going to absolutely just destroy him. So we can Soul Survivor, which he has 2 shields though. So we're going to pop a shield, Soul Survivor. Oh yeah, the burn popped the shield, I guess. Okay, so Soul Survivor, we can still do that. So we're just going to go face here. Throw the Soul Survivor on. Take care of that guy with burn. And we're going to get to do 8 damage to face. That's going to take him extremely low here. We actually might want that. Ooh, let me just see here. So he can... We really don't want him to have the Ranger here. So we're just going to scoop that up. So he could hit face. He could have hit face, and then he could have got the Ranger. And then pop the shield with that. Just got to have a reason for that, right? Of course, that's on the table, but we have our Tavern Brawler here, so. Ooh, even better. What a pickup. This is honestly brutal. I almost feel bad. Almost. This is just giving him no chance. This deck is brutal. Honestly, I played the weekend ranked with it, but I wasn't. I hadn't fully practiced because the first time I played this deck was actually this weekend, and my first game in weekend ranked, or in even ranked in general, was the first game I played with the deck. I played a couple of games in the Discord with some frivers in there, and we were just practicing it. But then the first time I took it into ranked at all was into this weekend's ranked. Okay, so this is the final game with the budget deck. We are at 1 win, 3 losses. We gotta win this one. We're versus a nature deck, so it's going to be a little bit tough. Let's see. So we don't need the... Oh, actually, the Vanguard and Tartesian could work nicely, but then we're kind of out of cards, so we're not going to do that, actually. This could work good with the Tartesian. Archangel... No, let's go for... Perfect. We got an Enduring Shield. Now I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to start searching for a Warmonger, which we didn't pick up. Okay. Bit of a bad start here. Let's hope he doesn't have a really good mulligan stage as well. But yeah, okay. We're going to have a tough time dealing with this. We have a bad start. He's got some big boys on the board. Let's just Enduring Shield and hope we get a good draw next turn. Otherwise, it's pretty much game over turn 1. Oh, and he had the Jag. What a great curve. What a great curve. Okay, so is there anything we can do here? I mean, we can get the Vanguard off. Might as well put our Trial Spirit on it. Protect us from the Wild Hog next turn. So what I'm going to do is take care of this Jaguar, actually. He's basically played all his cards early because he had a low curve. So if we can actually manage to stabilize this board, we're in a good situation because we do have the Orcish Elite and we do have Archangel Bruiser. So if we can stabilize this opening, we have a shot. I mean, the Axe Wound was a great pickup that really saved our only shot at this. Okay, so what we can do here is take out the Wild Hog next turn. Oh, this is actually going to be really nice. Okay, this is going to be great. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is, yeah, we need to get a Frenzy on. That allows us to bring out our Archangel. All right, we're going to get it. Divine Shield. And now take out the big player here. Okay. All right, we have a shot at this game. That Axe Wound was the pickup that we needed. Can we stabilize though? It's not over yet. Okay. This is looking okay. So we can get the Orcish Elite out depending on what he drops next turn. Yeah, we're gonna go for the Orcish Elite, I think. Though the Archangel Bruiser could wipe everything. Oh, this actually could work nicely for us. So what I'm actually gonna just start with is just gonna do that. Okay, see what happens. Good. Now we're frenzied as well. We're gonna drop these Card Sharks, and the reason is in case he has a Canopy Barrage, we want to give him like no chance of getting that popped off, and we're actually going to drop the Noctvi as well, and then smack face. All right, now let's see what he's got. He can't do much AoE currently. I hope not. It's only 5 mana, so we are 6 mana comes the Hunt, which we got to look out for. Okay, perfect. We should be able to deal with this as long as it doesn't hit our Noctvi. Of course it does. But we have the Orcish Elite ready and waiting just for a situation like this. And now we can just start smacking. All right, so the question is, do we want to take off? What do we want to steal from him? He doesn't have a mana crystal, so we can't the hunt us yet. Um, I could grab the Rune of Life and then heal back up the. Actually, that's not a bad play. I think I'm gonna Rune of Life the Orcish Elite next turn. So if he drops something, we can be able to deal with a big threat. If he drops a Moose, or if he drops what else could he drop? I guess a Pangleon is stuck hitting the bodyguard here, which is nice. Okay, there we have it. Wow, what a comeback. That Axewoman saved our butts that game. Wow, that was like a really good draw. Okay, and with that, we have completed all 10 games. We won 5 games with the expensive deck, lost 0, and we won 2 games with the budget deck and lost 3. So basically, yeah, we kind of knew this going in. Of course, the 1.5 ETH deck was going to blow the other one out of the water. It's always on top of the leaderboards in terms of weekend ranked, this specific deck and versions of it. So there was no question there whether it was viable. Now, the budget deck, on the other hand, it's basically a coin toss. We won 2, lost 3, but 2 of the ones we lost were literally a card draw away from winning. It was just so close. We literally like under 5 health in 2 of the games for the opponent. In one case, 2 health. So basically, we were just like a turn away from winning 2 times. So it's basically just a coin toss on that one. Which honestly, for the price that it is, you know, how you can't really complain. I mean, we're sitting over 1400 MMR in the weekend. We're going up against decks that have literally cards that are worth 3x the times of our entire deck combined. Pretty much every deck we played against. So yeah, can we really complain there? Probably not. Am I going to take the Frenzy deck into Mythic during the weekend ranked? Probably not. And that's because I don't want to take a coin toss deck into weekend because I want to get 16 plus wins. If I was in Diamond, of course I would take it because I would be stomping through Diamond. I would win almost all my games with that deck. Because once you get to this MMR in the weekend, it starts getting a lot harder, as you've probably noticed. So my takeaways basically are this. Know how your deck performs in the weekend. Know how you perform with your deck in the weekend, because honestly, somebody probably could perform better than me with this deck. For sure they can, because I've seen it. And somebody could probably take this deck into being a coin toss deck to having an advantage over their opponent at this MMR. But with that being said, just stay in the rank that you feel that you can compete at in the weekend. So if you can climb to Mythic barely in the week, then maybe you shouldn't try so hard to do that. Maybe you should just stay in Diamond where you feel like you're more competitive or you are on the same level with your opponents. I'm not saying D-rank, you know, that should never be an option. But what I am saying is the weekend is a lot harder. So take that into account when you're playing your games over the week. All right, and that's it for this video. If you have any suggestions on decks to compare for in the next weekend, on the next weekend ranked, then you can put those in the comments below. Otherwise, you can check out the versus video with nature, where I compared a budget versus expensive nature video. And with that being said, then thanks for watching and see you in the next video.